about how this sounds. This is what you hearing. Same thing with a woman. Oh, why you got to do that? Why is this going on? Da da da. And now I don't want to listen because things are bad. Things ain't the way they like it. It's not according to their liking, and it's not according to their will. They're not getting their way. Now all of a sudden, nah, submission goes out the window. To hell with you. Imagine me just saying, you know what, God, I don't really. Why my car break down? My transmission's out. You know what, man? To hell with these fringes. Get off of me. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Pizza Hut, bring me the pork special. You know what I'm saying? Bring me all that, the meats, all of them. Yeah, just imagine that spirit. That's the spirit we talking about when things are bad, and all of a sudden we don't want to listen no more. We now, just because it ain't going my way, now things are bad. I don't want to submit no more. Go ahead, read. So after these people started tripping, started complaining, come on.
And the people spake against God.
Yeah, you can read that again. Read that again.
And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water. And our soul loatheth this light bread.
So we tired of this type of bread you giving us. We ain't got the water. You ain't giving us what we want. Read.
And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
Just throw this out there. Lord's like, oh, for real? You know what? Now this is really that's the end game. If we really want to be on it, that's the end game, because the Lord just put it in fast forward. He just sped up the process. Because really, when you got spirits like that, eventually you're going to destroy yourself anyway. The Lord just cut out the middleman. He's like, let me go ahead and kill you now. Let me go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Why even wait? Why prolong it? Let me just get rid of you. Because then at the end of the day, you're going to be unprofitable. You ain't going to listen to me anyway. Because now you have lost your faith in me. You no longer believe in me. You said that they up are telling him we're going to die out here. Now they believe they going to die. All because they ain't got things the way they like it. They lost faith in them. They lost belief. And once you don't have faith in someone, once you don't believe no more, you are not going to submit. You ain't gonna listen because you don't believe. You don't think they got the best way for you. We didn't believe God was the best way to go. We believe, hey, the gold bull calf, man. I think he was on to something. I'm telling you, that's the mindset. Give me Matthew 13:5. Let's go back now. I'm going to this now. I'm going to explain parable of the sower with this. All right, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 5. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
Read.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away.
They had what?
They had no root, they withered away.
They had no root. Now, I'm going to explain now. They had no root. They had no foundation. Remember in Matthew 7, it says the storms hit. The matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you real quick because I want people to understand what I'm saying. Matthew 7 and 27.
This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 27. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
You know why it fell? Read verse 26.
Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand.
Built his house upon what?
Upon the sand.
His root was upon what?
Upon the sand.
Upon the sand. It was not upon the rock. So when you have no root in you, you don't have true faith. You really don't believe. It's not really in you. All right. Now let's go back to Matthew chapter 13, verse 6 again.
This is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away.
Okay, they had no root. They had no foundation. Jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20.
Now, I'm off real quick. He's now going to explain these different seeds. And he's going to explain what goes on with these seeds. And I'm going to actually do a whole class. I'm gonna dive into the parable of the sower. I've been wanting to do this, but so hold tight. I'm just going to touch on this really quick. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. But he that received the seed into stony places.
He that said, I believe, Lord, I accept your proposal. Oh, you're going to give me the finest wheat, the finest honey. You're going to give me the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. You're going to give me the world and all that I wish for. Okay, read.
The same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth
And
it.
it says at 9, it's like you do it right away, immediately. They're like, oh, yeah, I take this word in. Yeah, so when you hear all the good stuff he proposes, you're like, yes, yes, Lord. I say yes. I feel so good. I love what you're telling me, Lord. I read. And then now here comes the test. Here comes the rain, the storms. He's gonna, do you really mean it? Read.
Verse 21. Yet have he not root in him
He
in
have no
himself.
what?
Yet have he not root in himself.
Come on.
But dureth for a while. I said for a while. For a while.
So he endures for a little bit. So you see, it's saying you ain't enduring. It's not really there. Why? Read.
For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
He is offended. He's offended and he departs. No longer believes. That's what us men do. When things go bad, we just give up all off top. Well, you know what happens? Same thing, because we did it as children. As children, we quit. We were quitters as children. We grow up and then we quit that. Or even as, or it's just things went our way the way we were okay with as children. And then when things that don't go our way no more, that's where you get the ones that kind of get older. And when things go bad, you hear about, the rich kids that commit suicide. Things go back because, what happens a lot of times, things were going their way good enough for them. But then when things ain't going their way no more, now it's like they can't handle it because they had no root. They had no real faith. They didn't really believe the Lord actually could carry them through everything. Because when you actually believe that, you will never let go. You like, man, I'm gonna ride this thing out. You really, when you talking about people say you're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, you literally gonna sit on there till the wheels fall off. And you know what you're gonna do after that? You still gonna sit on there like, man, maybe the Lord's gonna make this thing float. Matter of fact, maybe you're gonna tie a rope to it and it's gonna drag it. Either way, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna stay on this ride. You only get off the ride when it's not the Lord's ride. If it's the Lord's ride, you like, man, we gonna be good. And maybe we just parked for now. The wheels fell off. Maybe the Lord can put some blocks on there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be uncomfortable the rest of the way. It's gonna be like, bloom, bloom. But you know what? I'm staying on this thing. And then while you ride on it, you know what he might do? He might just go ahead and hook up a rocket to it. Like, you made it through the blocks. Hey, let me go ahead and put a rocket on there. We're gonna get you there now. Get you there quickly. This is going to that true submission when you still enduring that whole time. He says they endure for a while. He says they endured until tribulation came, persecution, and that's like nah. That's that conditional submission. You know what I'm saying? Give me Ezekiel 33:31. See, the Lord wants us to prove that we actually, are willing to submit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he tests us. That's why he allows things to go on.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 31.
And we're going to get an example of that stony ground. They receive like, oh, yes, Lord, I believe you. I say yes. Okay, come on.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and do hear thy words, but they will not do them.
By the way, he says they sit as my people. They come as someone that loves you. When he said as my, because God's people are those that follow him and do what he says, right? God's flock. They're like, oh yes, so they'll sit as your people, meaning they will look like, it would appear that they actually are willing to follow you. Come on.
For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their own covetousness.
See, it sounds good. Yeah, they'll say all that stuff, but it actually ain't true. Go ahead.
Shoot. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
You mean so you're a beautiful voice. They love your voice, like, oh, it sounds so good and soothing. I love what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But go ahead.
Of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Because they really want to endure it and read.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
It's talking about when the destruction comes, but also when your destruction in life comes. Because you did not submit to the father, mother you had for God put in place for you, the husband that the Lord put in place for you, or of course the Lord that God put in place for you. When that happens, read.
Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
They're gonna know that actually it was a man of God, it was a woman of God, it was actually someone that God put in place for them, and they actually rejected them. They didn't reject that person, they rejected the Lord. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that heareth not your words heareth not mine. It's the same exact thing. So if they don't, at the end of the day, it's like, hey, yeah, I gotta choose one. But know what happens to you? Know what happens to a lot of sisters? because I'm gonna get on y'all right now. Y'all lukewarm. Y'all be lukewarm as hell. Y'all be like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you. I submit. Yeah, I got it. Whatever you need. But like I said, soon as it's something you don't like, nah, I'm good. You lukewarm. You lukewarm. You gotta choose. Be hot or cold. Be like, nah, to hell with you. I ain't rocking with you. Or be like, I'm here all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm ride or die. Well, then you better ride or die then. But they're not willing to. It's lukewarm. That's the truth of the matter. And it's up to men, the brothers, to do your due diligence to not have lukewarm sisters in your space. You can't be having that. You can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this woman. She lukewarm. That's a testament to you. I say it all the time. That's it for me myself. If it's like, oh dang, I'm choosing this, it means I chose that. I chose wrong. Something's wrong with me. I need to fix me. You know, a lot of brothers ain't willing to say. They ain't willing to say I need to fix me. They wouldn't be like, nah, it's all the women. That's where you see all the goofy stuff on the internet with, you know, the manosphere of people. Because even you know, all the Kevin Samuels disciples, and y'all, and a lot of them, they don't look like it's me. Yeah, they just be like, oh, it's them. And even so, yeah, somebody in the truth was teaching a lot of stuff about the women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put the name out there, but y'all know who it is. And a lot of them disciples, same thing. A bunch of fruity men that can't stand up and be like, man, I gotta fix myself. A bunch of little soft, crying little girls. But anyways, give me what was I going to? John 8:24. John 8:24. Let me say this.